understand English, but when it's my turn to speak, my mind goes completely blank. You follow everything, you even know what you want to say, but English gets stuck somewhere between your brain and your mouth. If that's you, stay with me. Hi, I'm Karin. I'm a communication strategist from Sweden, and I work with confident English for international professionals. People who use English at work, in meetings, presentations, and everyday collaboration. And one of the most common things I hear is this: I understand everything, but I can't speak. Let me tell you why that happens and how to change it. When I started my education in international marketing, I studied with people from all over the world, different countries, different accents, different communication styles. In discussions and group work, I understood almost everything. I listened carefully, I followed the reasoning, I had my own ideas, but I didn't speak. Not because I had nothing to say, but because English added a delay. By the time I had shaped my thought clearly in my head, in English, someone else had already spoken, or the group had moved on. I remember one group project very clearly. We were 4 people, all from different countries, all with their own accents. And something important happened there. At first, I thought I should be more nervous, that it needed to sound better, more correct. But no one in that group was perfect. No one sounded native, and because of that, the pressure dropped. After a few weeks, I spoke a little more, then a little more again. I made friends. None of us had English as our first language, and there was a shared understanding. We were not there to perform English. We were there to understand each other. And that's when I learned this. You don't become confident before you speak. You become confident because you speak. If you understand English but struggle to speak it, this is what's actually happening. Your brain is doing more work. You understand, you think, you translate, you structure, and then you speak. That extra step creates hesitation. It doesn't mean you're bad at English. It means you're multilingual. So instead of trying to be faster, we need to make it easier to start. Tip number 1, speak before it's perfect. I remember sitting in meetings early in my career, knowing exactly what I wanted to say, but waiting until the sentence felt right in English. Waiting until I felt confident enough, and almost every time, someone else spoke first. What changed everything for me was this: I stopped waiting for the perfect sentence. Instead, I started earlier, even if my thoughts weren't fully formed yet. I began using phrases like, I'm still thinking this through, but, or let me try to explain this simply, or I might not have the perfect words, but these phrases helped me in 2 ways. They bought me time, and they invited patience. I didn't need a polished sentence. I just needed a doorway into the conversation. Tip number 2, prepare small, safe sentences. There was a period when I avoided speaking in meetings, not because I had nothing to say, but because starting felt too big. So I changed my approach. Instead of preparing ideas, I prepared sentences. Before meetings, I would decide if I say anything today, it will be one of these sentences. For example, I agree with that, or I'd like to add something, or from my perspective, or can I ask a quick question? Knowing I had something ready made a huge difference. It lowered the threshold. Confidence didn't come from having the perfect opinion. It came from knowing I could start with one sentence. Tip number 3, practice speaking without an audience. For a long time, I thought I was practicing English. I read articles, watched videos, listened to podcasts. But when it came time to speak, my mouth froze. What I realized was this: I had trained my understanding, but not my voice. So I started practicing speaking when no one could hear me. I would explain my day out loud at home, describe an idea while walking, summarize my meeting to myself afterwards. No pressure, no performance. I wasn't trying to sound good. I was training coordination between thought and speech. That's where fluency actually lives. Tip number 4, aim for understood, not impressive. For a long time, my goal in English was to sound good, professional, advanced. And that goal made me quieter. Because when you aim to impress, you hesitate. You second guess. You edit yourself in real time. Everything changed when I replaced that goal with a new one. Can they understand my idea? That's it. Simple English is strong English. Clear beats advanced, and calm beats fast. Most native speakers aren't impressive speakers. They're clear ones. And the moment I accepted that, my English became more confident without becoming more complicated. Tip number 5, choose safe spaces to practice. My confidence didn't grow in big presentations. It didn't grow on stages. It grew in a small human moments. Group work during my studies, conversations with other non-native speakers, small meetings where mistakes were allowed. That's where I learned this is safe. I don't have to be perfect to be understood. If you want to start speaking more, choose spaces that feel human, where people listen, where the pace is slower, where connection matters more than performance. Because the more you speak, the more your brain learns. I can do this. And one more thing, because this matters. I don't want to change my accent. It tells a story about who I am. Your accent doesn't make you less professional. It means you speak more than one language. Most people care about clarity, respect, collaboration, not perfection. If you understand English but can't seem to speak it, there's nothing wrong with you. You don't need more vocabulary. You don't need to erase your accent. You need permission to start imperfectly, simple structure, and practice that feels safe. That's how confident English grows, especially for international professionals. And tell me in the comments, where do you most want to speak up but hesitate? You're not behind, you're building something, step by step.